weed that much because I don't like to cough. You know, when I
Are you using anything else?
I mean, I use opiates and whatnot. I used to smoke a whole lot of meth.
You got to get it together. Why don't you check yourself into a treatment center?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know how to the breathing attack thing. Every time I went to the hospital over and explained it to them, or I've had it happen there, they think that it's a game. They keep telling me to stop playing, stop acting, stop doing that. And I literally cannot catch my breath. It's so I try to just. That's why I say day to day is because each day I'm doing what I feel is necessary to not have this attack happen again. And part of it is drugs. I have to do, but I feel like when I don't do them, it definitely happens. So I don't know what which aspect. I don't know what to do about it.
You need to check yourself into a facility. That would help. Do you have any other family members?
My dad lives in St. Anne.
We
He
we
lives in St.
we
Anne.
with
Yeah,
Jeremy.
You can't go there.
Did 9 years fair time.
yeah. He doesn't. My dad doesn't necessarily like me too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe because you joined the gang, GDs.
And he's got. Yeah.
It's OG Weasel Urban Conversion. We live. We live with Jeremy. We with Jeremy. Did 9 years federal prison.
Man, you strong to do that.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me once you got to federal prison, you had to balance out or what side you was gonna get on? Was that a struggle?
Yeah, it was.
That was a struggle to be indecisive of what to do.
No, it's just I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but it was just what I wanted to do actually working. Because like in there, it's until you get your like footwork lane or whatever, it's you're walking on shaky ground, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
You know what I'm
know,
saying? It seemed like you had to answer to everybody that asked you a question at first, huh?
yeah, that's
You
kind
know,
of how it is. Yeah.
kind of everybody had to feel you out on that. Doing 9 years in federal prison, and then once you figured that out, you know, was there any time that you felt like you had to put in some work, that you had to put in some work that, for your survival?
I mean, I've had a few moments in there when it's like I want to say I probably won 3 out of the like 5 fights that I was in. But
One, you only won one out
no,
of
I said
three,
three. Like 3 out of 5. I won 3 out of 5, something
about
like
three.
that. I mean, but then there's. Well, let me put it like that. Maybe I was in 5 or 6 altercations altogether while I was in there, and I came out. I didn't lose everyone for sure.
Right.
Some of them I caught, or I created myself as well. But I mean, there's definitely a few moments where I definitely did not win. I mean, shit happens.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
uh, I'm glad to say I didn't really get too fucked up in there, but
So you mean to tell me you said one time that you had you got so blasted on your birthday. What prison you was at when you
mm,
was you got so blasted
no, I'm pretty sure it was an Allenwood on that one. I've had a few actually. I've had a few incidents where I got a little bit too fucked up.
and they charged you the GDs charged you $200.
Yeah, I got fined for acting a fool. Yeah, basically. I mean, we all have a. Yeah, we got to pay for our mistakes.
Right.
So I mean, not all you don't always have to pay for your mistakes, but how you pay is. It, man.
So what was some of the stuff you had to put? That was just one of the incidents that you had. with the GDs when
Yeah,
you was in federal prison?
yeah. I
Or
didn't really have like other than that.
you done what you was told?
Yeah, and I wasn't you know, I wasn't. It wasn't like I was on the front line either. Like when somebody came that was had to be ran off the yard. I didn't have to. You
You ain't
know,
have to do
I
all
didn't.
that.
Now, if it was a situation where I was needed, of course, yeah, I would have put in work. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like being on front line to go run people off that had bad paperwork, I didn't have to do that.
So with
That
the
was a
GD,
blessing.
yeah. So with the GDs, you said you ran the store.
Yeah,
You ran the store for them. And you had a store for yourself. Was that that was in Allenwood as well?
yeah. I ran a store. You know,
So
um,
in Allenwood, how was the yard? And who had the stronghold on the yard when you was in
uh,
Allenwood,
yeah, DC, New York, uh,
DC?
DC and New York. Um, I said you would say that DMV thing that you said, but those were the big cars. I think Tennessee was pretty big there, and so was Florida.
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah,
You know,
there was a very small white community there, um, and yeah, Allen was a little bit different, man. It wasn't a big prison, It's not like the normal yards that you've been at. It's very, I think it was like 900 inmates,
right?
or maybe even 700. It's smaller than it's half the size of all the other prisons.
Was it violent? Was it
Not
violent?
really. Allen was pretty smooth. I mean, violent shit did happen. People got stabbed here and there, but it wasn't.
But pretty much
Everybody
they
wanted to
wanted
use
to
them
keep them
weights.
weights.
Yep.
They wanted to keep them weights in Allenwood. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the most horrific thing that happened in Allenwood? Was there any bodies?
Nobody got killed while I was there. A couple people killed themselves while I was there.
How would that happen?
There was a situation where some of the white guys had got into it, and I actually seen it a little bit. But there was about 10 of them in our unit. I mean, they was going around with knives and locks on belts and shit. And
Mm-hmm. All the
uh,
white guys?
yeah, they were
Who they was into it with?
other white guys.
So
Yeah.
what groups was on the yard in Allenwood?
Allenwood had ABTs,
ABT, what are those?
Aryan Brotherhood, Texas. There was soldiers, of the Aryan culture.
What soldier Aryan culture? I never
Yeah,
heard of soldier
that's
Aryan
from the
culture.
skinhead. It's SAC, SAC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I, I don't know.
They had the independence, the SACs, and
They had
just the
ABTs.
ABTs.
There's dirty white boys there too, and I mean regular skinheads, I guess. But skinheads aren't really a gang; they're like a movement or something.
Right.
Um, but I remember there's one little sack dude. I mean, he was a tiny guy, but
Mm-hmm.
he was kind of pudgy too. But I mean, he was going around with this lock on his belt, man. I mean, he must have cracked 6 or 7 of them dudes, man. He even hit one of his own brothers with it. I mean, he was throwing that thing
What
around like crazy.
they was having a little bang.
Yeah, it was ABTs and the sacks, I think.
What was the altercation about?
I have no
It
idea.
just that's
It,
one thing about prison.
it
It just erupts when it
it
erupts.
came from something in another compound. And they got told to go, and they went.
Oh,
So it was something that those two groups got into it. Hazelton or something, and then they got a message for it to get
From
spread out.
USP Hazelton. Yeah, when I was in USP Hazelton, we had a call that I think some white guys was on the way to do to catch a black body,
Yeah,
and so the DC call was very open about everybody of the black guys kind of stick together and have like walking groups, and y'all kind of be on the lookout because it was guys really actually trying to get to Hazleton to catch a body because they had caught a body and from one of the white guys that got killed somehow or something, whether he was in the gang or whatever, but he ended up killed. But the white guys wanted their blood back,
right.
so there was word on the streets that people was trying to get there to catch them a body, You know how it work in the Fed. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if they have an altercation somewhere else. They won't. Even if
Everything follows you. Yeah.
it still follow you. The situation still follow you. So it's a dangerous movement. So did all the time you was doing in the shoe, did it affect you any?
I mean, yeah, probably. I don't feel like the effects of it anymore. I probably still have a lot of my same traits. Like if somebody were to watch me constantly or whatever, they'd probably be like, "Damn, dude's fucking weird," or
Right.
why does he do this or why does he do that? I'm stuck in a lot of my ways.
From being in prison for 9 years.
Being in prison or just being alone or just like all the stuff that I've been through since becoming an adult.
Hmm.
It's been really really messed up.
So you caught 9 years for distribution of
But I was that for making meth basically.
oh, okay, just the components of making meth.
Yeah,
You know, when I came in and then the meth epidemic hit, them guys was getting a lot of time
yeah,
out the gate. They was getting 20s and 30s. So
yeah. Well, they cracked down really hard on like they were just going through like a guns and crack thing,
yeah, like the
or
guns
pistol
and the crack
cases in
thing. Yeah,
general, or I got caught up on the meth epidemic,
right, right.
which I was the least involved on an 8 count indictment, and I got the second most time. The people that got caught with a meth lab on my case only got 5 years.
Did anybody tell y'all?
Um, I believe that there was one guy that actually ended up getting a 5K1 on our case, but I don't think anybody on my case was really working with the feds or anything. No,
Right.
just the one guy for the most part.
Okay, everybody took their lick and went on down,
Yeah.
handled their business. So being from St. Louis, how was it being in federal prison? How was it being in federal prison, converting over, being a white guy from St. Louis? We already come with a natural born aggression already. Did you have some aggression when you came to federal prison? Like, did you get tired at any time? Like, stop asking me questions or what I'm gonna do. Did you start feeling like you was pressured to like pick a side?
I mean, that's kind of an awkward way to ask it, or well, to pick a side, because I picked a side once I went to Midwest time period.
Right.
That line was drawn right then and there.
Once you from the Midwest.
Yeah, once I wasn't on white time and I was on Midwest time, there was that line was drawn, and it was a little tense at first, I guess, because some people weren't happy about it. But then at the same point, it's like say this group of white guys isn't happy about me not being on white time. That died off so fast because it was like, why would you worry about the next person like that if you don't have to?
Mm-hmm.
So all right, cool. Just send them to the wolves or whatever. That's how you should look at it. I mean, or however you want to look at it. Like once I got past that, I was in my own lane. I was perfectly fine. You know, there was a couple of people that wouldn't necessarily speak to me because they felt like I was a race traitor. But that was really it.
They felt like you was a race traitor.
Yeah.
Man, that yeah. I used to, hear situations like that, but was it at any time anybody step up for you? Just like
What do you mean, like come at me aggressively because
no,
of that,
no,
or what do you mean?
like standing with you like on your decision, like, you know, people that was kind of trying to shun you on the white side. Was it did anybody come with you and start standing with you like he, you rolling with us?
Yeah, yeah. That was how it went immediately, pretty much.
Right. And once that line was crossed, everybody knew what was the play, and everything died down then. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't had no issues with that after that.
Yeah, everything went smoothly, you know. I mean, it's a, I mean, it's a little. I mean, like I
What
said,
type of hustles you have other than running the store?
my dad still I fixed the radios and whatnot, and like I said, I made good money doing that, you know.
How much money you used to make messing with the radios? Because I used to have to take my radios to the radio man trying to get my radio fixed
I
all the
want to,
time.
I want to say it best, you know. I made $300-400 one weekend, you know.
Was
And
you sending any of that money home when you was in federal prison?
to be honest with you, no,
Mm.
no. I ended up, I so I paid for all my tattoos, you know. Um, but other than that,
Got tatted. You tatted up. You most definitely tatted up.
yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, it got to a point too that I didn't like. I wouldn't go to the kitchen to eat. So you know, everything that I hustled with, I would, you know,
pretty
read it.
much stayed in the unit and just overseeing the activities in the unit.
Did the unit, did outside. You know, I just didn't go to that cafeteria for a while.
Okay.
It was the
Was
food
you
was.
gambling in there?
I did, yeah, quite a bit, probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What you really like in sports in the prison?
But
Baseball, basketball. You just played everything.
and see, I booked a ticket,
Oh,
but I
so
didn't really. I didn't. I'm not really not that into sports. Like I like college football, you know.
right.
But I mean, I like skateboarding personally.
Oh, okay.
That's where my, you know, yeah, that's what I like. But you know, I didn't really get into sports too much.
After your 9 years in federal prison and you got released, they was letting you out of prison. You go back to St. Louis as a GD when you make it to the halfway house. And you know, by St. Louis being so affiliated, um, and it's GDs as well in St. Louis,
I
you
don't
know.
know.
So I had a homeboy that's GD as well. So how was your transition after you getting out of feds?
I mean, well, I want to say it was kind of rocky, you know, because like I said, I told you I violated, you know, I messed up the halfway house twice. I violated my probation 3 times. Um, and I mean, I don't know, man. I just had a really rough start every time I got out. I just, I don't know. It wasn't good. I can
How
say that
long did
much.
you stay out the first time before you went back?
I think it was 37 days.
37 days. And how long did you do on the violation?
The first violation I did 11 months on.
11 months after doing 9 years. You had to go back and do 11 months on the first violation.
No, see, I did like seven. I did 87 months straight at the beginning, and then I did an 11-month violation,
Oh, okay.
7-month violation.
Okay.
So,
What was the first violation for?
so uh, they wanted to send me to that little 21-day treatment thing that they got in Farmington,
Mm-hmm.
and so this girl came in, right, and I swear she was like an Amazon. This girl was fucking huge, and she was really, really cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got caught fucking her, and they sent me back to prison for having sex in the halfway house.
Uh, well,
11 months for sport fucking. That's pretty cool. That's crazy. Yeah, that was my first violation. Was for that.
you do your 11 months, you come home.
Yeah.
Do your 11 months, you come home. What's next?
Oh man. Let's see.
You start back using? What you do?
Well,
You
I mean,
straight and narrow?
well, no, I always started back using. You know, that second violation that I did was I was in Greenville, so I mean I had access. You know, I said myself I worked in the visiting hall. You know, so I was able to get pretty much whatever I wanted all the time. You know, and
In Greenville.
yeah,
At Greenville. Oh man, 45 minutes. You can make a phone call like, "Come see me,"
yeah, and
and
they're there within the next hour. You know,
before they call the next rec call, you
yeah,
you 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 in front of your people face. You know,
Yeah.
Jeremy, I appreciate you coming live on here, man. You know, where they can find you at. You got YouTube, Instagram.
See, man, I don't have. I mean, I got a Facebook, but
And y'all hit the dollar sign. Y'all hit dollar sign Lamont King. Send dollar sign Lamont King at Cash App. You know, we're trying to help some survivors right now. Y'all know what we're trying to do. Y'all hit the dollar sign Lamont King Cash App. Donate $1 to the cause. DM me for a shirt or hat. Book series chasing me out right now. Jeremy got a nice shirt for you. What size you wear? Probably a small, huh?
yeah, like a large, medium, somewhere around there. Had a
Okay,
fluctuating body weight, you know.
we'll get Jeremy a shirt doing this nice interview with us. You know, Jeremy, I'm gonna have to pick you up a few more times, man. We're gonna get into some details, man.
Yeah, I got a little bit of shaky memory on some of it. It's
That's what I'm
been
saying.
this last
Anxiety,
decade's been real.
PTSD, man. Doing all the time in federal prison, going to the hole, being affiliated, you know.
Yeah, it's-
Did it did you grow up in
it's-
it while you was in federal prison?
I think that
What you do different?
you know what federal prison did to me is it scared a lot of criminal out of me. I will say that. Okay. Like one thing about me, I don't play with guns. I don't try to do anything that stupid. Granted, I mean, sometimes I have to steal to eat. You know, sometimes I steal to get high. I'm not proud of that. But it's not something that I do all the time either. I used to fucking steal some clothes here or there from a department store and go sell them so I get some dope or whatever. But I don't even do that shit anymore.
Would
I
you be open to help?
um
Or you just,
yeah, I mean, I definitely want some help. I'm being very stubborn, but I want what I want. I want to go to the methadone clinic, and I want somebody to take me in. I don't want to go to a damn group home or a shelter and stay with 100 other people and just I don't want to do that type of thing. I'm not open to that type of help. I'm being stubborn as far as like if I could just get one of my friends to take me in that stays somewhere by the methadone clinic that I want to go to or whatever, and then the guys at the smoke shop told me if I get off dope that they'll give me a job. I mean I have things that I can do. I just yeah, but I'm worried about my breathing attacks. Okay, I don't know how to handle that, and then like I don't know exactly where I'm gonna stay or how I'm gonna. It's just all little bullshit I have my way, but not much.
you gotta make a start first. So if you get off and they hire you, then you can start moving in a different direction.
Yeah, I don't know how to handle this withdrawal thing. Plus, I got felony warrants right now, so I don't know. I'm very very day to day right now.
Understood.
You
Understood.
know.
But change ain't change unless you change.
Yeah, I know.
So you gotta make the effort.
Hmm?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot I got to get together. I just don't know.
You gotta make the effort.
Say what? Yeah, and that's kind of it. Yeah. I don't know anything else you want to know.
Yeah.
Same so still be.
Yeah.
Uh,
Straight up.
yeah, right. I mean, ain't none of us in fucking drug cases. I'm not tripping. I mean, I'm getting probation for it anyways. I already know what I'm looking at. Yeah,
Straight up, man. Y'all
He gonna edit that. He gotta edit that shit.
yeah.
for sure. This OG Weeds to Urban Conversion, man, with Jeremy. Did 9 years in federal prison, man. Been home a while. Um, Struggling right now. We're gonna try to get him some help. We're gonna try to get him some help. But like he said, he wanna do it his way. how he want to do it. So y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all hit that $, Lamont King, Cash App, donate $1. Y'all already know we're gonna do what we supposed to do with it. DM me for a book, Chasing Me book series. Link in the bio. You can go get it off Amazon. You know.
Oh, I need some lotion.
You too?
Yeah. I don't know. We having